All right, here we go. It is my online championship team. We are going to be starting here in about 3 minutes. So I will try to check on the comments as this thing goes. Don't know how many I'm going to be actually able to get to as I'm drafting. So just bear with me. I got the board up so you guys can see it. If anybody from the industry is watching and wants to jump in with me, just DM me, and I could probably add you to the stream, and we can bullshit about stuff while I draft. So hopefully everybody's having good drafts out there. So I just take my last sip. Drafting from the 11th spot in this 12-teamer. So it'll be interesting to see kind of what falls to me. Here, I assume that both starting pitchers I might entertain, or maybe even 3 starting pitchers might entertain, will likely be gone. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. How's everybody doing out there in the chat while I'm kind of just getting ready for things to get going? Thanks, Matt. Team Uno in attendance. All right. So I figured there would be people, potentially people who were in the draft that might actually jump in and watch the stream of the draft. So I won't be giving away necessarily who I'm going to take before each pick. Honestly, don't even know how well a solo stream is going to run while I'm going. So, but I thought I'd try it out and kind of see how it goes. Let's see. Actually, I think one of the things I can do maybe. Yeah. All right. Cool. I can put that. I move my screen around a little bit so that way I can keep the board up and talk to you guys. Of course, people are going to spy on me. I mean, I totally understand. I would do it too. If someone was in the main event against me and they were doing a stream, you don't think I'd have that up? Total fair game. Do you think they're not reading, people who play against me aren't reading my articles or listen to my podcast? Maybe not, because it's mediocre content, but they should be, because it gives you an idea of who I might be targeting. That's the beauty of the 11th pick is, there's obviously guys that I'm targeting, but nobody that I'm for sure going to jump. I'm just going to see what kind of falls to me and go from there. So it was kind of fortuitous that I ended up with this pick. I'm also going to turn on my fan. I hope if it's too loud for you guys, just let me know and I'll turn it off, but it is kind of hot. So I don't even know if you guys can hear that or not, but so yeah. So we got pick 1. I assume the top 5 are going to kind of go in order, of Acuna, Yelich, Bellinger, Cole, Betts, in some sort of order like that, which is, totally fine. I wish I had gotten a top 3, top 5 pick in some of these later drafts, but I just, didn't luck out in that regard. So unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to have Acuna on any team. Team 1, you're up, buddy. You said you're in attendance. It's time to pick. 3 seconds. Is that an auto? Hey, first auto draft. This is how we get rolling. So hopefully he had queued him up for that first pick and was just kind of trolling us. So there we go. So 12-team leagues are, definitely not my forte. I tend to play in 15-team leagues or deeper. All right, good. I'm glad you had Acuna in your queue. So, but your phone rang. Hey, this is a time where you turn your crap on airplane mode. So far we've gone Acuna, Yelich, Cole, Betts. I assume Bellinger goes 5. Betts climbing back up my board a little bit, signing that deal. Maybe that him waiting on the deal may not prevent him from wanting to run a little bit more. Still not a top 5 pick for me, but that's okay. So here's where the question mark comes in at pick 6. I'm going to start seeing people, start to consider Trout, start to consider some of those shortstops, consider pitcher, and there goes Jacob deGrom. So we'll see how many pitchers go here in a 12-teamer. I'm not necessarily beholden to taking a pitcher in the first 2 rounds. Yeah, Turner Trout start would be pretty sick. I doubt that's going to happen, though. I'll just be stoked if, a guy like Turner even makes it to pick 11. Yeah, see, there goes Turner. So I figured getting 11, Turner wasn't going to be an option for me. So we'll see. Still a number of guys on the board that I really like. There goes Juan Soto. He's one of them. He was one that I don't have him on any teams yet. Would have liked to get him on a team before the end, but I still have my main event, which I'm going to be drafting and live streaming tomorrow night at like 9 p.m. So 9 p.m. Pacific. So if you're a late night person, it's the final main event of the year. So it should be a lot of fun one way or another. So we'll see what pick 9 here does. Jose Ramirez, he was another guy I was considering. But, at this point, we're looking at, Lindor's still on the board, Trout's still on the board, Verlander's still on the board, Walker Buehler's still on the board, Scherzer's still on the board. A lot of options here, that I would be very happy with. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, maybe I will take a pitcher in the top 2 picks if that is, kind of presented to me. But, I think I've kind of narrowed it down between 2 guys. That was one of them. So I would have taken Trout. I'm pretty stoked to get Lindor here at 11. So I've taken Lindor as, I think, high as 6 or 7 so far. Hey, Joel, how you doing? So I think the idea that Lindor isn't an elite player and not in the discussion for top 6 picks is kind of crazy to me. Oh, that was quick. Paul Mamino, one of the guys from my site, just took Scherzer and Story. I'm going to get a guy I don't think I have on a team yet this year, and that's Nolan Arenado. So I'll start Lindor Arenado and be very, very stoked with that start. Yeah, that's a great start for me. I really like that. Get a bunch of power, some speed from Lindor. I think the idea that Lindor isn't going to run or potentially get you double-digit bases, stolen bases, I think is not necessarily the right idea. I mean, this is a guy who stole 22 bases in like 140 games last year. So, I mean, I think there's a reasonable chance that he could get 8, 9, 10 stolen bases, plus give you a premium average. Going to be hitting that 3 hole, so he's going to get runs and RBIs. Yeah, I really like Francisco Lindor this year, so stoked there. And, I mean, Nolan Arenado is just rock solid. I've seen him dropping because people are afraid of not getting speed. I think that is just a bit insane, personally. Understand pushing up pitchers, understand pushing up speed, but, I mean, there's no more steadier guy in fantasy than, like, Nolan Arenado. All right, Alex Bregman off the board. So we'll see. I'll be interested to see how fast the pitching goes. We got 3 pitchers in the first. We'll see what's available for me in the 3rd and 4th. I'm also not beholden to taking a starting pitcher or a closer with my first 4 picks. I have no problem going all offense, depending on what falls to me. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. I'm interested to see if any of these guys, who took pitchers in the first round are going to do the pocket aces strategy, which I think is a much more viable strategy in a 12-teamer where there is, it's shallower league. There's more talent available. Oh, Turner JD Martinez. That was my main event start the other night. So I definitely like that. That's a pretty nice start right there. So I don't know who team, whatever that is. Let's see, team. Oh, it's my partner from the main event. Of course he started that way because that's how we started. So for those thinking I was the impetus behind that, he definitely, him and I were on the same wavelength right there. So that's Billy. And Billy and I think, rocked the main event. I think we did fairly well. So Tatis, DeGrom, Tatis, that's some nice upside right there. The thing about a 12-teamer is, like, you know, everybody should be stoked with their first 2, 3, 4 picks. It's just after that we start getting into the point where, you know, people are taking gambles or people are, you know, making mistakes. So we'll see. Gonna cross off my list here as I go. Clevenger, there you go. So, yeah. So the first guy who took DeGrom did not go pitcher. So let's see if the guy who took Cole at 3 is going to do that. Bueller gone now. So pitcher's starting to fly off that board. We'll see if that continues to happen. Torn calf for Stroman. Ooh, brutal. Who have I picked so far? I started Lindor, Arenado. And, you know, can you guys see the board right there? So hopefully you can see the board, and that makes it a little bit more interesting for you as opposed to me having to read out. Yeah, torn calf for Stroman. That's brutal. Well, definitely kind of cements guys. Oh, okay. If you're only audio, then I'll definitely try to, like, you know, say what my team is, and, you know, depending on how this goes, I may turn this into a podcast for people if they want to listen to it on the Friends Fantasy Benefits feed. So, oh, that's brutal. I guess, I mean, Michael Wacha, I think, was already in the rotation. There goes Flaherty. So Cole, Flaherty, that's a pretty nice start. And then there goes Bieber. Here's where this pitching run is just going to get massive right now, because I assume Team 1's going to take a pitcher as well. Maybe Strasburg here. See, he started Acuna, so oh, he's in there. So, yep, Strasburg. I'm going to guess he goes Starling Marte. Let's see. Oh, no, we went pitcher. Kershaw. All right, Acuna, Strasburg, Kershaw. If you're going to do those double aces, getting Acuna to go with them, it's pretty decent. I don't mind that at all. You know, and like I said, I think that strategy is a lot more viable. Yeah, look at this pitcher run. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pitchers in the first 25 picks. Woo! Guys are crazy. You know, go get your guys. Like, I don't mind if you believe that pitching is the thing that is going to help you. Yeah, I'll be interested to see where Rendon falls too. He won't be on my team more than likely unless he falls a lot. I'm you know, going from taking the risky guys last year. No, closer run. I mean, I'm assuming closer run will start at some point, but probably not till round 4 or 5 because it is a 12-teamer. So we'll see. We'll see exactly where that happens. I like that start of Yelich, Bieber, Devers. That's a pretty sweet start. Team 2. I don't know if you're in here paying attention or not. So Van Heest, I like it. So that's a really good start. Yeah, I've gone from being really, really injury, taking the gambles on the injury risk guys to not this year. I just don't think you can afford, you know, to expect so many teams to go bullpen games, front line. Seems like such a premium this year. That's a fair point. And I think some people are really buying into that. So, I mean, to me, I'm just not willing to invest that. I'm not willing to pass up on the talented offensive guys to take the talented pitching guys. Totally get other people that are doing it. And, you know, I think the bottom line is nobody knows what is going to be the right strategy this year. So anyone that tells you that you've got to do it this way, you've got to do it that way, is lying to you, because we've never been in a situation like this. Yeah, no, there's definitely situations you're going to want to avoid. That's for sure in terms of teams with stacked bullpens, teams that like to use the bullpens heavily or creatively, like Tampa Bay, Milwaukee. William in the chat mentioned the Padres and the Yankees. So I definitely, when I do take starters, I want them to be starters I feel pretty comfortable are going to get innings. Like I don't want to take it. I don't want to gamble it on the guys that I think have a chance of getting pulled early or being, having someone come in after 3 or 4 innings, because that'll be brutal if you can't get a win out of. Oh, there's Josh Hader. Wow, 5th pick of the 3rd round. Hey, I love me some Hader. I don't think that's a bad pick. I'm just surprised he went that early. But you do you. So we'll see. Be interesting to see. What this other guy, we got 2 guys who've already taken 2 pitchers in the first 3 rounds, or 2 starters. Now, the 3rd guy takes a starter and a reliever. Bellinger, Clevenger, Hader, getting teams with all guys with last names that end in ER. I think that is an interesting strategy as well. So, started Lindor, Buehler, Hader in the main. Oh, I love that start. I love that start. That's a great start. There goes my boy Ozzy Albies. He definitely would have been tough to pass up on had he been there for my next pick. And I'm about 5 picks away. So you've thrown me a TGFBI satellite team. Go ahead and just drop him. Move on. It's not like he wasn't gonna be a league winner for you. Now you can just go. Ooh, would I go Bichette? I don't think I'd go Bichette at 35. So, especially having Lindor already on this team, I think that is unlikely for me. Austin Meadows. Did I miss the news Meadows was back? Because that seems early for a guy that's not back. Okay, now we got Mondesi. Who will I take is the question. I don't know. I do not know yet. We'll see. I mean, both guys in front of me have yet to take a pitcher, so I assume we will see pitcher go right here. Definitely going to take Malik Smith. We'll see, maybe in this draft. But yeah. So, I mean, I love Meadows. Trout says he's playing. Oh, my God. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Oh, my God. If this guy times out, he's going to end up with a drone. Oh, he took VR. Interesting. Okay. That's a lot of speed for that guy. Interesting. I don't mind it, but I think he can probably fade speed now. So, all right, see where Trout Harper dude goes. I mean, he's taken 2 MVPs, so he's got to take Chris Bryant here, I'm assuming. That's a joke, but he took Pete Alonso. Okay. Well, now it's time for me to make a decision. I wasn't going to take a pitcher here, but now I'm really debating it. Let's see. I think I'm going to take Giolito. I really like Giolito this year. I don't have him on any teams. And I think the other guy I really would like has a chance of making it back around to me. So, it goes Castillo and was the other one Hira? Okay. Well, Hira is one of the guys I was considering. But I don't have JT Realmuto on any teams other than best ball. And I really like the value here in the fourth. So I'm going to take Real Muto and see how that goes. So, yeah. So, I mean, here. So for those of you just listening, picking from slot 11, I've made 4 picks. Lindor, Arenado, Giolito, and Real Muto. So I've got offense, I've got a starting pitcher, and now let's see the rest of the starting pitchers come off the board, because that's what I assume will happen right now. Blake Snell just went right after me, so I mean, I'm liking the team. Charlie Morton, the guy I picked to win the AL Cy Young today over on Fangraphs. I don't know if they've released those picks yet. Carlos Correa. Correa's a guy I could be interested in later, for sure. Saying JT. Yeah, and see, that's the thing about Real Muto is likely going to DH on the days he's not catching. And the just sheer amount of plate appearances that he could get over the rest of the field in terms of catching makes him so valuable, especially when they come with a few stolen bases, when they come with a good average. I just really like, and I haven't had Real Muto on any teams other than best ball leagues, or not best ball leagues, cut line leagues, where he just has insane value in those cut lines. So, I definitely thought there was a chance he could be there for my 4th pick, and I took the gamble. Had he not been there, I likely would have gone with Gleyber Torres or Keston Hiura, probably Torres, but I would have had to debate that as things were going. So Ketel Marte just went. I think it's pretty good value in the 4th. So let's see. Update my sheet a little bit, kind of see where we're at. Patrick Corbin gone. He was my main event pitcher. So he did not go to my main event partner. He was in this draft, so he kind of knows the guys I like. Be interested to see now where some of these other starting pitchers go as we keep coming down. I mean, we've already got 2 guys who've yet to pick in the 4th who have 2 starting pitchers. So I assume we'll start to see some more some closers come off the board, because Hader went in the 3rd. And then we'll start to see some more starting pitchers go as well. Yeah, someone said they're surprised that Herr went before Gleyber. I think some people, especially in these 12-teamers, with overalls, are really looking for the upside, and they think that Hiura could just be a world beater. Well, if I'm Azan Correa, there is always DeYoung. Yeah, that's true. There is always DeYoung. I don't know that now that I've got a shortstop, he's necessarily, or there's anybody that's a target for me. And I mean, for the most part, everything this year for me is about taking advantage of what I feel like is value that's still on the board. So that is, kind of been my plan all throughout this shortened season, is just take the best player available, especially through the first 5 to 10 rounds, and then worry about putting the puzzle together as we go. So, we'll see if that works out. We'll see if that is the correct plan to be doing. I like Bogarts that late. That's just a really nice pick. So, and there goes Bichette. There we go. If either of them made it back, I definitely would have taken them, even though I have a shortstop already. There's Darvish off the board. So we're gonna start seeing more pitching runs right here. Paddock goes. Be interested to see where these next set of closers are gonna go. ADP has most of them sitting in between, I don't know, 60 and 70. So we'll see how that goes. So that might actually be next round. Maybe they'll start going. So maybe I can jump on some of them with my next 2 picks. We'll see. Aaron Judge. Ooh, another guy I'm avoiding. I mean, everybody loves that power, though. You know, they're gonna. You know, you want to take that injury risk. I just worry that he moves wrong and all of a sudden re-hurting that ribs. He could stay healthy for once. It does, he's a monster. But we just really haven't seen it. We haven't seen that full season of health. And there goes that next closer, Kirby Yates, coming off the board. So I wonder how many people in this draft are actually watching this stream right now. That it's me and 11 people from my league watching me draft, and then 11 other people who are just bored out of their mind on a Thursday afternoon, evening. Charlie Blackman goes. This is gonna be real interesting to see who falls here. Right now I'm like 6 picks away, and there's just a crap ton of guys that I really like here. So there's part of me that wants to take another starter, but there's so much good offense still on the board that it's actually really difficult to, take a starter. Maybe I don't like as much. So we'll see what happens. Can't imagine this guy who's on the clock right now takes a starter. He takes one of the guys I love, which is Matt Olson. So that's a good pick. I assume right here, this is Billy on the clock. He's got to take a pitcher, I believe. He's five picks in, or going to be 5 picks in. Really like the start. Turner, Martinez, Meadows, Kettle Marte, but gotta have some pitching, or don't. Fuck. I mean, I could totally understand starting 5 hitters, and there's some good ones on the board. Meadows' pick was a bit early. Who went 1-2 from the 14th spot? Well, this is a 12-team league, so there is no 14th spot. So the 14th spot was my spot in the second round. Eloy Jimenez, wow, he went 5 hitters. That was another guy I was hoping might fall to me. That's wow. I'm not gonna say I dislike that at all. So wow, that is it's an interesting pick right there. Just that's a lot of offense, and I mean, I love a lot of offense, but like someone was saying earlier, do you want to potentially fall behind in Ks, wins, things like that? But 12-teamer, you can just try to stream it out. Guy in the 13 Miami went Bregman, Freeman, Rendon, Altuve, Eloy. Well, I mean, that's a strategy. I don't mind it. I don't like the Freeman that early, or the Rendon in the 3rd, considering he may not be ready for opening day. We don't know when he will be ready. So Altuve got a clean bill of health today, so I just saw that. So not a bad spot for him. All right, so with that, Nelson Cruz just went. He was another guy I was thinking about. I might get forced into taking a pitcher right here. Interesting options. Aaronola. He was one I was thinking about. All right. So now I'm on the clock. Let's see. Anybody jumping out at me? You know what? I'm gonna take. I don't know. Maybe I'll take my first outfielder in Castellanos. Probably my last opportunity to get Castellanos. He's been going so high in the mains that I don't know that I'm going to get another shot at him. So probably a bit early on him, but I like it. Oh, Wheeler's wife had the baby. He's good to go. Interesting. Oh, man. Paul is just on fire in terms of how fast he is drafting right now. Paul Mino, go follow him on Twitter. So he took, who did he take? He took Machado and Glass now. Machado and Glass now. You know, I'm going to see if I can help start this this closer run a little bit. Take Liam Hendricks. Make sure I get my locked in guy, and now I can wait a little bit. News just dropping like crazy since this draft started. No, do that, Justin. Sorry. Yeah, no, I'm gonna. You know, I had Chapman above him, Hendricks. I had Osuna, but with them both not starting the season, likely closing. Like, you're just running out of kind of guys who are setting those roles, and Hendricks is one of them. So let's start freaking some people out, and getting some of those guys off the board, you know, and then we'll be all right for a little while. So I thought about Vlad, but with already having a third baseman, third base is pretty deep. Didn't think I needed him yet. Stanton's gone. Now we're at a point where we go. Let's see, 6 picks in: Lindor, Arenado, Giolito, Real Muto, Castellanos, and Liam Hendricks. Yeah, I mean, I'm not on the Robert train. He has looked good in these summer outings, but I just think that, like, things could go really, really right for him. Things could go really, really wrong. And that is a scary proposition when you're playing for a lot of money. So, you know, maybe if I was one of the guys that had, 15, teams between the main event and the OCs, I would, take some shots on Robert, but I don't. I'm not made of money like some other people. There's one dude in like 12 main events. It's fucking ridiculous. Oh, it is for money. We have no idea what's going to happen. That's what makes the season amazing. Yes, it is. That's true. There goes Barrios. He was definitely a guy I was thinking about to kind of pair with my boy Giolito. So, Bauer's going to get innings. Question is, what kind of innings are they? Are they good innings? Are they bad innings? I don't know. He's going to get them, though. And then he's going to go sign that 1-year deal. I think that's the dumbest thing he could ever do. But, go lock down a long-term contract in case your arm gets blown the fuck out. But whatever. So hopefully everybody is enjoying this. Like I said, you can throw stuff into the comment section. You got questions or things you want to chat about. LeMahieu. They said LeMahieu might not be ready for the start of the season. That's a bit concerning. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but it's a good pull on Merrifield. Yeah, I'm a bit. I think Zerez going to ride him hard because the contract stance. Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to ride him they're gonna push Bauer because of the contract and stuff like that. At the same time, like, what innings are we gonna get from Bauer? Are we gonna get 2018? Are we gonna get 2019? Getting a lot of innings aren't great if you aren't like pitching if you aren't pitching well. So Moncada gone. There we go. Let's see. Hey, thanks, Draft Cheat. I like the team so far. It's not necessarily what I thought I put together, but I do like the start. So we'll see how it goes. Definitely hope that this keeps going. Let's see. If anybody sees any news, feel free to throw it in the chat. So I don't accidentally draft someone who just got hurt or something like that. Appreciate that. Rendon in the 6th. He won the 3rd mine earlier today. I think the 6 is the right spot for him. Oh, there goes Rogers. Now we're gonna start seeing. See, there you go, buddy. You were all afraid closers were gonna go before they got to you. I didn't start the run, but I think you might. Taylor Rogers gone. My boy Muncie. Oh, brutal. Sullivan, I don't know your first name, but Kurt, I'm pretty pissed at you right now. Yeah, there was no run. Bryant got scratched today. Back stiffness, so let's hope that's not a reoccurring thing again for him. Suarez, and I like Suarez. I think he's underrated. People are still afraid people still kind of down on him because of the early. Just call you Sully. All right, Sully. Thanks for joining the stream while you try to take my money. Still, the Blue Jays not having any place to play. Yeah, that's not ideal. Not having a place to play. That is pretty bad. So supposedly they're working on doing a share with Baltimore. Watch, they're going to be the team that goes from having to be locked down all season to being on the road all season. There goes Greinke. That's a really good value on Greinke. Oh, the guy who has Cole and Flaherty. Wow. There you go. That's one way to do. Kenley Jansen, gone. Number of guys I still really like on this board. So let's see what happens. How'd that draft go with Vlad? Vlad's a really good drafter. How did he meet those players on the road for even 60 games? That's a long time, especially because it's 60 games in 66 days, if I'm remembering correctly. So that is a long time to be on the road for sure. Calhoun hit 5 bats in a simulated game and is likely to avoid the injury list to start the season. Ooh, not good for my Nick Solak shares. I was really hoping he was going to get every day at bats to start off the season. So we'll see. Like Calhoun, though, and his price has dipped. The Stones were on the road for 7 months, yes, but they were also allowed to bang a lot of chicks, and you're not allowed to do that with COVID going on. So, and if you're married, apparently, allegedly. So, I think Rain gives that an F. I do not trust the methods of the Fantasy Pros rankings. So, yes, that is probably better to not trust them in that regard. Victor Robles, another guy who might not be playing right away to start the season. So that's might be a bummer. What am I going to do when it gets back to me? Very interested. So far right now through 6 rounds, I got Lindor, Arenado, Giolito. Well, there goes one of the guys I was thinking about, Braden Woodruff. Real Muto, Castellanos, and whoever my last pick was. Oh, I took Liam Hendricks, closer. Goldie's gone. Goldie just went a few picks ago. So there goes. Here's some closers. Nah, some closers go off the board here. Gary Sanchez now off the board. What to do? Let's see what this Neckers guy does. Definitely he's taken 2 pitchers, so I'm gonna guess he either goes closer here. Ken Giles. All right. All right, so he took Giles. What to do? I'm gonna take my second closer. Chapman's not starting the year, but I think he's gonna be fine once he comes back. Now I've got 2 top-tier closers locked in, and I don't have to worry about it for a while. So, and closer right there. I wonder if Paul was gonna take Chapman when I did, but now people really start clamoring for closers. The question becomes, what do I want to do here? Do I want to take another starting pitcher? I'm going to take my boy Frankie Montas. To lock him in. So Chapman, Montas, all right, Giolito, Montas, Chapman, Hendricks, and I am good on pitching for a little while. This is actually insane because I've had 8 picks and I've taken 4 pitchers. I haven't necessarily done this yet in the draft, so we'll see how I feel my team turns out. And I've just lost on all of the major multi-positional eligible guys. So, there's obviously other guys too, but let's see. And I'm gonna definitely need to get some speed here at some point. Lindor steals some bases, but Real to chip in some speed, but definitely gonna need some stolen bases at some point. But feeling pretty good about my pitching, feel great about my power and my batting average for the most part. So let's go. Let's see what's gonna happen here. So yeah, we got a nice little closer run that's started in the last round and a half, and now it's going to continue here with Hector Neris. And there goes Donaldson. He was definitely a guy I thought about. But if I'm going to take a bat, I need to probably take someone with speed. So I was looking at Laureano. I'm just not a big Laureano guy. I don't know why. Maybe it's like Bay Area hatred, plays in Oakland. I'm a Giants fan. I don't really have that kind of hatred. Probably because I didn't grow up a Giants fan. So let's see. This is Billy. He went 5 hitters in Turner, Martinez, Meadows, Marte, Jimenez, and then has gone 2 pitchers in Bauer and Woodruff. And now I'm going to guess he takes a closer here. Oh, no, it takes Kluber. Interesting strategy, Billy. I think that is very interesting. For those of you following me on Twitter and want to follow Paul Mamino's picking 12, I just retweeted his quote via to mine, so you can go follow him. real good dude in the industry, one of my newer writers. So home league guy took Mercado before Laureano, and I was surprised. Maybe he hadn't seen the news that Mercado's not going to be batting at the top of the lineup anymore. I took Mercado in the main. Like, you know, it just I like Mercado a lot, and I do think there's a chance he could work his way up the batting order if he continues to hit well. But I don't know that I would take Mercado over Laureano. There goes Gallo. There's some power for him. So, Lance Lynn season. I believe it. I'm a Lance Lynn guy. Haven't gotten him a lot. He's really jumped up the kind of ADPs and stuff. Like it's very surprising to me, like how much. Like, not saying it's undeserving. And there he goes. Someone is. I'm sure everybody who's in my league should be in this stream right now. So yeah, he jumped up quite a bit. I should just start like saying off names just to like trigger people into taking them. You know, like nobody's taken Anthony Rizzo yet. Take Anthony Rizzo. I love Rizzo. I do like Rizzo, and where he's good, he has been pushed down. There's a Sonny Gray. It's a good pitcher right there. So, we're gonna see another pitcher run right here. There goes Jose Abreu. That's a really good value on Abreu. You should see where Yordan Alvarez goes in this draft. I haven't seen any updates on him. Hyunjin Ryu season. That's right, not playing in Toronto. Someone draft him. See if it works. Sully's in here. He's about to pick. I think he's got enough pitchers, though. I think Sully's got to go offense, right? This guy could take a closer right here. Let's see if he does, though. I don't even know what closers are still around at this point. Iglesias. Nick Anderson. Not a closer, or may not be a closer. Moustakis. He was definitely a guy who would have been on my list had he made it back. So I like that pick, and then goes Laureano. Both are nice picks, Sully. Like that turn for you. And there goes Rizzo. They're literally taking everybody I talk about. If Alvarez goes right here, I'm going to lose my shit. Not really. But I think Nick Anderson gets some saves. I don't know that he is the closer, though. That's the problem. I think he's being drafted, and not as much in this draft, but I've seen him go really high in some drafts, and like he isn't necessarily the guy. Like not only did they not announce him as the closer, they went out of their way to say that like he's not necessarily the closer. Like like they didn't need to say anything. But they did. They went out of their way to like make the comment that, you know, he may not be the full-time closer. So it is a two-catcher league. All NFBCs are two-catchers leagues. So we will see some catchers go off the board earlier than you would be used to maybe in some other formats. Dun, dun, dun. Hoping my wife isn't watching because I'm going to light a cigarette. Even though I said I'd stop smoking in here. Your team is cut off the screen. Well, what if I did this? Is that better? No. What if I did this? Is that better? Yes, that is better. So, okay. There you go. Now you can see it. Who just went? Grandal and Josh Bell. Grandal. Josh Bell. Hey, Yancy. How you doing? Oh, Tommy Pham. Not a big fan guy this year, but at this point, I was definitely going to be looking at him for some potential speed. So, kind of a bummer that he just went. Interested to see who might make it back to me. Wow. Get rid of that sheet. Okay. James Paxton just went. All right. Before it's my turn, I should probably look at my team. I think I'm okay on pitching, so I think I'm going to obviously go hitting right here. Definitely would like to get at least one guy who steals some bases. I don't know. Not a lot of big stolen base guys left. Definitely. Oh, there goes Eddie Rosario. Okay. Let me see. Well, there's definitely one guy I like. He's not going to steal any bases, but Paul Mino, who's drafting on the turn right now, does not have an outfielder. So I'm going to get the outfielder I want in Jorge Soler. And then, while Paul is picking, even though he picks very quickly so often, it's taking a little bit of time here apparently. So I will see what I think in terms of, I do know Paul. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. You should. Paul's a great guy. Doing some good stuff. Matt Chapman there for Paul. So, and Michael Conforto. I like those picks, Paul. What pick number are we on right now? 110. Huh. Let's see. Give me 1 sec, guys, while I work some stuff out in my head. I'm trying to decide what I want to do here. Oh, shit. Shit. Hold on, I got auto-drafted. Damn it. I was trying to take Mercado there. This is why you're supposed to have people in your queue in case something like that happens. Sweet. Okay. They fixed it. I got to refresh my screen. All right. Cool. So I'll get Mercado. Not necessarily in love with that pick, but I definitely need some speed on my team. Yancey follows everyone. I don't know how do you like Yancey, like how do you follow everyone on Twitter? Like doesn't it clog up your thing? Let's see. I threw off Neckers. He wanted Mercado, I guess. Probably not. He's already got 3 outfielders. All right. I'm going to make sure I throw some people in the queue so that way that doesn't happen again, because that's embarrassing. Simeon was the other guy I was thinking about. There we go there. Adding some guys to my queue so I don't get auto-drafted again. You're going to follow him for free, Yancy? I like that. So those of you watching this, I don't know where everybody, it looks like most people watching this on Twitter. You can also watch this on my Facebook page, my fan page, and my actual page, on my YouTube or on my Twitch. So just take Thor and be done with it. Yeah. Well, you only have 38 followers. 3 of them are Vlad Sedler, Jeff Erickson, and Tim Heaney. Those are some pretty good followers right there. I like that. That's that's some street cred. So you're on Periscope. Yeah, Periscope, Twitter, same thing. It's weird that they make you like download Periscope or something. You garner some clout. Archie Bradley is a guy I really like. If I had gone closer so early, I would have taken Bradley. They follow him to see who gets injured. I'm not talking about me. Free Animal went. Yeah. Like Free Animal a lot. Not the brightest guy going to a party without a mask on. Ozuna. I knew that Billy would take Ozuna. He loves that dude. He kept trying to get us to take him in the main event. And I like Ozuna too, but other guys I prefer. Maybe I should have just taken him just to troll Billy. So let's see what makes it around. Surprised there's still closers even on the board at this point. I should probably mark off my sheet. Let's see, Chapman went, Simeon went, Ozuna just went. Animal just went. Let's see. Brandon Workman just went. Who is that? Carrasco just went. Carrasco, like my biggest jumper in my SP ranks, obviously, because it seems like he's going to play. I took MERCADO. Let me see what is still around. Allen, there's one. All right, so through oh, there we go. Another closer off the board. Hansel Robles gone. Was surprised he was still on the board, to be quite honest. Surprised Workman went above him. So let's see. After 11 picks, after 10 picks, I have Lindor, Arenado, Giolito, Real Muto, Castellanos, Liam Hendricks, Aroldis Chapman, Frankie Montas, Jorge Soler, and Oscar Mercado. So I feel pretty good about my team. Still a little light on speed. Correa just went. But there's always Malik Smith. So we'll see if that plays in later on. Ooh, interesting. Cole Tucker in right field today. Well, I mean, they're supposed to be starting Guillermo Heredia. Like that, like they should come up with any other option other than that. That's interesting. Jose Leclerc. See, and that's what I wanted to avoid, Sully. It's having a team. Jose Leclerc. Kyle Schwarber, I do like that. That makes up for your Leclerc pick right there. I feel like did Iglesias already go? He must have already gone. I must have just missed him when he went. Yeah, he gone. But, you know, like I don't want to deal with like these bad closers. It's one thing. I mean, every closer has volatility. You're gonna hear people say that, like no closer is a safe closer. Maybe also no. But to be like in a to like have volatility because you're a closer and then have volatility because you suck, or are on a short leash is another thing altogether. I just don't want to play around with it, especially on this short season. But I'm also one of those guys that doesn't want to play with it. Yeah, I know there are no safe closers. I just said that. But I also don't want to deal with aren't safe, like they aren't safe and they suck. Like that's the difference. Like, you know, I don't want people that aren't safe are in shaky rolls and suck. So like I don't want to like wait on closer and end up with Craig Kimbrell. Denelson Lamet could not pay me to draft him anywhere close to where he's going. So let's see what makes it back to me. Let's also see who Mr. Mamino has. So that way, in between my picks. Ah, that's who I was hoping for. Tommy Edman. Damn. I thought about taking him last round, but it would have been the min pick, and I thought there's maybe a chance he gets back to me. Safe closers like ones with COVID are the best. Yes. Yes, they are. Gotta look up and see. What's going on? Is that Colome? Colome is one of those guys that's going, you know, fairly affordably that I actually like. It's done. Luzardo. There goes Luzardo. I was wondering when he was going to go. All right. Well, we're rolling around here. Sorry, I'm looking up a guy and making sure he doesn't have COVID or something. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, boo, Broska. Takes my Ada for me. Hurts my soul. Hurts my soul. That's brutal. All right, well. Now I've got to figure out who the hell I'm going to take. All right, Maeda's gone. He's gone. Colome's gone. Fordo's gone. Maeda's gone. McClurk's gone. Sean Doolittle just went. I think I'm going to get – I mean, this is going to be a team of guys who I don't have on a lot of other teams, I think. This is the way it's starting to work out a little bit. Let's see. I'm debating between two stolen base guys. All right. Well, I think this is going to be a little bit boring, but I think I'm going to take Elvis Andrus, rack up some stolen bases. Are we almost there? I don't know what almost there means. You have no soul. My wife's trolling me in here, looking like a good spot. Come on, kick some ass. No, Muncie. No, Muncie got pillaged on me. Oh, shit. Contreras, and who else did he take? Can't even see my own Michael Brantley. Okay. Oh, pitcher hitter. Who do I want here? I'm going to take my boy Kyle Hendricks. I haven't gotten him enough. Get another pitcher. See what makes it back to me. Good to see you. I don't need to stay and harass you. Your friends are doing it here for me. Yeah, that's what friends are for, right? That's what Twitter friends and Facebook friends are here for, is to just harass me. Where's the glob? I'm not wearing the glob shirt today. Today I'm wearing you can't even see me. Hold on. There we go. There you go. Today I'm wearing the Toenails t-shirt. I'll be wearing my Justin Mason main event draft. You're only here to watch Daniel abuse me. Yeah, that's fair. Totally fair. So let's just see. Let me mark off who just went. We got I took Kyle Hendricks. And then somebody just took Hyunjin Ryu. So that is that. I like how my wife is like literally 50 feet away from me, and she's harassing me in the chat. You dropped from the 11th spot in an hour. Nice. Well, look at my team. Tell me what you think. Eduardo Escobar just went off the board. Mark Melanson went off the board. That's a good spot for him, Melanson. I even thought about taking a third closer right there. But I have not gotten Kyle Hendricks on enough teams, and I felt like this was the spot. Oh, speaking of which.
Do you want me to harass you in person?
Yeah, of course I do.
I have other things to do.
Yeah, I know. Craig Biggio. Biggio was a guy I was going to take instead of Hendricks right there. So, nice job, Billy. I like that pick a lot. I was going to say, hard to imagine Frankie's falling to 11 in many drafts. I didn't think he was going to either in this one, but I was kind of stoked when he did. I thought maybe I'd end up with like Story or even taking a pitcher at 11. But I mean, when do I get to podcast with Danielle and Justin? You get to podcast with us when we start our own podcast. So gotta make sure that I get that done at some point. Joe Jimenez. Here we go. Now we're seeing more closers fly off the board. Man, these 12-teamers drafting in the back is nice than 12-teamers. I do like that. It was I wanted a top 3 pick, but after that, I think I put 10, 11, 12 is my next 3 in order for my KDS. I've been drafting from the middle a lot, especially in the mains or on 15-teamers. And so I wanted I've drafted at the back in a 15-teamer, and I don't like it. But drafting the back at a 12-teamer, I do like quite a bit more. Really drafting anywhere in a 12-teamer is nice because it's just not having those 3 teams leaves so much added value and stuff. It's so amazing the difference in the amount of talent that is still on the board. So it's it's something I'm enjoying. Not I don't do a lot of 12-teamers. Ahmed Rosario, he was another guy I was thinking about when I took Andrews. So we shall see. Soroka. Andrews gone. Rosario's gone. There goes Hoskins. That's good value on Hoskins right there. I do like that. Feel like, okay, Benintendi did just go. I was kind of waiting on Benintendi. At some point, it just becomes too good of a value. I mean, dude was like a 3rd-round pick last year and still on the board. All right, that sheet's done. U's gone. All right, so team through however many rounds is Lindor, Arenado, Giolito, Real Muto, Castellanos, Liam Hendricks, Aroldis Chapman, Frankie Montas, Jorge Soler, Mercado, Elvis Andrus, and Kyle Hendricks. So, and we are about 8 picks away from our next pick in the 13th round. Does draft season ever end? It doesn't this year because it happened in March and then again in July. So fucking weird this year. 2020 is just fucking the worst. Unbelievable how bad this year is. Someone just double tapped on Ahmed Rosario and Corey Seager. Interesting. Not a bad strategy if Seager can stay healthy. Got the speed from Rosario and the power average from Seager potentially. I like that. It's not bad. I think that's the guy who's been sniping me a lot. Let's see what his team looks like. Oh, he is not the guy who's been sniping me a lot. Do not like his team. Sorry if you're watching. All right. And we just had Jorge Polanco go. Another guy I like going cheap because shortstop is so effing deep. All right, so what do I need? I don't have a first baseman. I don't have a second baseman. That's something I should address at some point. Second base gets ugly after a while. But there are a lot of guys I like too, so not overly worried about it. Question is, who do I want next? I feel like I just keep grabbing value, which I'm okay with. Where are we at? Who's on? Broska. I think Broska's guy keeps. So here's my view, and then he doesn't type anything. I like that view. Sully, that's a great view. I'm assuming he's still typing. So I don't really believe the Cards are going to make a guy who's never closed in the big league games closer. I think that's a fair argument. I wonder if they're not going to have a set closer for a while. So that's what I wonder. Robbie Ray goes. So people buying back in on Robbie Ray. They like the mechanical changes. I think you can go. Lance Brostowski kind of showed them on his Twitter. You should be following him over at Prospects Live. Good mechanics guy. I'm not paying for Kim either. Podcast should be called Dealing with Justin Mason. It's not a bad title. It's not. So we're at pick 153. And I wonder if now's the time to take a shot on a stash, even though I've already got Chapman. Be my two stashes. Chapman should be back fairly quickly. All right, who just went? Lourdes Gurriel. The board? Okay, the board updated. All right. Oh, what to do here? What to do? So, number of guys I like still on the board. Question is, a lot of things I haven't addressed yet. I'm going to take an upside play. Took Yordan Alvarez. I'm going to refresh this board real quick, guys, because it doesn't seem to be updating as fast as the room is. And it still doesn't seem to be updating as fast as the room is. There you go. All right. So just took Yordan Alvarez just for an upside play. I'm going to take Carlos Santana as my first baseman. Hopefully Alvarez is back at some point. The fact that there has been no news, but I'm pretty sure that is his max pick. At least coming in today, his max pick was 147, and I just got him at 155. So, I'm going to take the shot. And then, Carlos Santana, he's boring, but, it feels like guaranteed production. I got a lot of Indians, though. That's not good. Let's hope no COVID outbreak in Cleveland. Can't draft any more Indians now, apparently. That's not good. I didn't think about that before I made that pick. Because now I've got Mercado, Lindor, and don't forget opening day starter Tommy Milone. Yeah, that's the max pick on him in the OCs so far on Yordan. That's the reason I did it. It just seemed like at this point, we're the 14th round. Take the shot. The hope is that Chapman is back fairly quickly. And I'm not going to be hurting too bad. So took Soler Franmil because of that exact fear of COVID. Yeah. I mean, I've been very, very, this is the riskiest draft I've put together. And that's, taking Aroldis Chapman and taking Yordan Alvarez. But I also took Yordan Alvarez in the second round in a 15-teamer back in November. So I believe in the talent. It's just a matter of when does he get on the field and what is he like once he's on the field. I mean, at this point, he's missed so much time. You have to think he's actually had COVID. Or something's going on. Who knows at this point? But I'll take the upside shot. If I lose my 13th round pick or 14th round pick or now 13th round pick, it doesn't kill me. So that's not a huge deal. So I just can't take any more stashes. So it means I'm out on Mackenzie Core. It means I'm out on guys like that. Carlos Martinez, my boy. Hazley. Billy taking him again. We took him in our main. So, still going. You catch up on who's gone recently. Max Fried came off the board. Bumgarner came off the board. Santana came off the board. I took the other Santana. I think David Dahl went recently. I don't know, but I'm not going to draft him anyways. So Matt Boyd came off the board. Max Kepler came off the board. Robbie Ray, Gurriel, Martinez. Let's see. Zach Wheeler had his baby today, so he shouldn't miss much time as long as he doesn't opt out. Find the huge contracts, then opt out. Like, if I was having a baby, I wouldn't be playing. So that's Justin Turner. He was a guy that I definitely thought about last round. So definitely putting together a team unlike the other ones I've put together. So this team should either be really, really good or really, really awful, or yeah, we'll see. Gah! David Dahl. There goes David Dahl. I wasn't going to be taking him anyways. Chris Davis went. He was a guy I thought about too. I feel like he's getting penalized way too much. So I still don't have a second baseman. Still need 2 outfielders. Need a lot of pitchers. So a lot of different places I can go next round when it gets back to me at 179. Ross Stripling gone. My boy. Yeah, and I don't think I have a single. Oh, Buxton. He was a guy I was thinking about next round. Now that he's back. Not giving away my shot. Won't people think it's a poker podcast? Yes, Dealing with Desmond Mason, where he teaches you to play mediocre poker. Is that rhyming? And just gone? Damn, he was a guy I thought about too. Not quite with my last pick, but coming up. Multi-positional eligible guys. I have 0 of those right now, which at least I don't think I have any I can think of. I don't. So not usual build for me. Usually I like to get a few of those multi-positional eligible guys. Oh, Bumgarner just went. I thought he went earlier. Wasn't going to take him. Hall of Famer, but just not touching him this year. Kyle Tucker, not a Hall of Famer, and not touching him this year. I don't know why the Astros hate Kyle Tucker, but they do. Bang somebody's wife, apparently. So, I don't know. Yeah, we took a bunch of multi-positional eligible guys in our main, and I assume I'll do the same tomorrow night. Had intended to do that here, but just hasn't worked out that way. So, Mookie Betts, 12 years, $365 million. God, fucking Dodger forever. Hate that. Such a good player. Fucking ends up on the Dodgers. Here's Lorenzo Cain. That's a really good pick. Lorenzo Cain shouldn't still win on the board. Yeah, I guess. I mean, his ADP is right around here, but he's getting penalized too much for last year, especially when he can bring speed-wise. Oh, is this Malik's territory for me, guys? I think I got enough speed now. I don't need to take Malik's. So. Question is, who to take? Ian Kennedy. Cheap closer. Cheap closer. Dun, dun, dun. I wonder if my guy's gonna make it back to me. Scott Kingery. Not the guy I was looking at, but that's not a good pick either. Two guys I'm really eyeing right now. I'm wondering if either are going to make it to me. Well, only two picks. Someone should make it. One of them should make it to me. Plus, I have backups. So I'm not super worried about it. Let's see. Luke Voigt is hurt. That's a good pick. But I've already got my first baseman at least. All right, who just went? That was Eduardo Rodriguez. I was actually thinking about him, but I'm gonna go and take. Am I missing? I wonder if the guy I was thinking about taking is already gone. He is. Oh, Mike Minor's gone. All right, well, fuck me. I'll go with my backup plan then and take Mr. Garrett Hampson. Back on board. And the beauty of Hampson is he is eligible in multiple positions, which I love. Now the question is, do I go offense again? I think I'm just gonna power this offense. I'm gonna take Brandon Lau, which will allow me to move Hampson to the outfield and Lau to the second base spot. And my offense is just fucking stacked right now. There's so many pitchers I love, especially in a 12-teamer, that I'm just not going to worry about it. Guys don't make it to me. But there's just too many guys I like, starting pitcher-wise, to care. It's just, you know. So, all right, so let's run down the team. We've got Lindor, Arenado, Giolito, Real Muto, Castellanos, Hendricks, Chapman. That's Aroldis Chapman and Liam Hendricks. Frankie Montas, Soler, Oscar Machado, Elvis Andrus, Kyle Hendricks. So I got Hendricks and Hendricks. I think that's got to be the name. Law firm of Hendricks and Hendricks. Yordan Alvarez, Carlos Santana, Garrett Hampson, and Brandon Lau. Offense is just rolling really well right now. Thought about Will Smith right there. Usually when I get a catcher early, I then kind of punt the other catcher. Or usually if I don't get a catcher early, I punt the other two catchers. So not particularly worried about my catching situation right now. Still a lot of good catchers, especially in a 12-teamer. the 2-catcher, like there's still going to be a lot of catching available later. Yeah. So I mean, right now, you know, I've got a while before my next pick, but I likely need to focus on pitching here, because now I'm going to start seeing pitchers come off the board quite a bit. You know, I've got power. I feel like I got good power. I feel like I got good, some good speed now with Andrews, Lindor, Garrett Hampson, Mercado. So someone's going to take Malik Smith, but it's not going to be me unless he falls really, really fucking far. And I just don't think that, you know, there are going to be someone's going to be tantalized by the, you know, proposition of, you know, 15 plus stolen bases. I just don't need that anymore. So now the question is, like, what kind of pitchers make it back to me when it's my turn. So definitely interested. Josh James, that was a guy I would have been interested in. So how's your family doing all, both in COVID epicenters? My area is definitely starting to ramp up in terms of COVID, but not nearly to the extent that other places are. I mean, the area I live in has about 200 plus thousand people in the county. And I think we're probably around 2,000 total cases, and that includes like recovered cases. It's definitely starting to take off. So it's definitely something we're going to be dealing with. Oh, where's your shirt? Oh, shit. Jeremy, you know what? As soon as I'm done with this, I will send it. I'm so sorry, dude. Just been swamped. But I will get you a shirt for sure. I still have that email too. Shit. I'm so sorry, Jeremy. That's I was supposed to send that a while ago. I feel bad now. I have failed you. I have failed you. I also need a corner. I need a corner bat. But there aren't any that I'm necessarily that interested in this spot. God, there's so many middles. So many middles. Just gonna take some pictures. Let me see I filled my queue up with just a crap ton of pictures. My printer printed everything out double-sided, and I did not realize that it even printed double-sided. So that's a good thing to learn. And also makes things a little bit more difficult. But that's how I roll. Oda Rizzi just went. I wonder, did he get autoed? Nope. He picked it. Dun, 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 dun. It's my roster. How many? Okay. God, man. These leagues are so shallow. It's just unbelievable how shallow a 12-teamer is. There's going to be so many good players just sitting out on the waiver wire. And that's so difficult for me to even deal with. Like, how many good players are still going to be available later on? Like, it's like there's so many good outfielders, and it's like, oh, I don't need to take any of them right now because there's going to be so many good outfielders available. This is why, like, in a 12-teamer, I totally understand people who are doing, like, the double pitcher. It does. It makes some sense if you don't like, you know, some of the value in other places. Why not? I'm gonna make some interesting picks coming up. One is not interesting. Everybody's gonna see it coming. But the other one might be interesting. And I'll know that people are gonna see it coming. Chapman tested positive. I'm assuming you mean Aroldis Chapman tested positive? Today? How does he still test positive today? I guess he hasn't been out for that long. I think he'll be back fairly soon. I think he'll be ready to go once he's back too. So, but at some point, I'm probably going to need to take another closer. Just to be on the safe side, or a guy who's going to close games. Actually, I should start thinking about that kind of stuff too. Not necessarily taking a closer, but figuring out the guys that are not going to be on the opening day roster, and moving them to my reserve list, so I know what I'm doing here. Oh, there's the guy I was going to take, Andreini. I was like shocked he was still on the fucking board. Well, that sucks. And someone took Luke Weaver. Awesome. This round just fucking blew. I think he'll be ready to go when he comes back from COVID too. Not a doctor. That's a fair thing to say. It's not. Oh, now I don't know what to fucking do here. Well, that was brutal turn of events for me. I really was eyeing my boy there. Okay, we're gonna go Mitch Keller. Okay, but Keller is not gonna start the year, or not gonna pitch in this opening weekend. So we got to move him to the reserve list because we want to make sure we're getting people who are actually going to play in this opening weekend. And one of the guys that is kind of a little reach on, but is going to pitch the second game for the Brewers, is Corbin Burns. And I don't have him on really many teams. And so I'm going to take the upside there on that one. Right, 12-teamer. There goes Burns. 12-teamer. And, yeah, here we go. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. So, let's make that board a little bigger for you guys. See if that helps things out. So, you don't need to see my face. I mean, I guess you can see my face if you really need to, but, you know, he went in the 12th round of the afternoon OC. 12th round in the afternoon. So I just got him in the 18th. Okay, I'll take that. 12th round is way too high. Way too high for Corbin Burns. Especially a 12-teamer. That's top 150. 12 times 12 is what, 144? That's way too high. You sure Keller isn't pitching opening weekend? I didn't think he was, but I had mapped it out, so I should probably know. I didn't think Keller was. Let me look. Pirates. Ooh, he might be. Ooh, that would be nice. Then I can move him back up into my actual roster. And I don't need to So now I've got Giolito, Hendricks, Montas, Hendricks, Keller, and Burns all pitching in this opening weekend. I like that. Great math. Thank you. You know, I'm not a math major, and sometimes that shows. We're at pick 210, and Malik Smith is still on the board. 220 is his max pick in the OCs. Let's see. Does Billy take him? Billy was the one who brought him up in our main event. Him and I were partners there, so this could be the spot for Malik's. It was his idea. Not saying like he twisted my arm. I was a math major, nerd. Yeah, I am a history major, and I'm taking my last class before I get my degree. So the answer is never Malik Smith. The answer is sometimes Malik Smith. I mean, when you're taking a guy who could lead the league lead Major League Baseball in stolen bases at pick 210, like that's not bad value. So it's, I mean, if he makes it back around to me, I will entertain it. I do not need it at all. But at this point, he is a reserve pick. The Major League leader in stolen bases from last year is a reserve pick for someone. He can't get on first base. He got on first base to steal 47 bases last year. At least I think it was 47. Someone fact check that for me. Math guy, come on. I'm sorry, but at this point, it is not a reach or a bad pick. You know, John Birdie doesn't have a job, and he just went. I like John Birdie, though. He's triple eligible. He batted like 250 last year. Maybe not. He might have batted 211. I'm looking it up. He stole 46 bases. He hit 227. Yes, that's a problem. 227 is not good. He also hit 296 in 2018. So like he hits 245, and he steals you 17 bases. That's huge. There's Malik Smith. Who took him? Whoever took him gets a cookie. Let's see. Who was it? It was Team 3. The guy whose team I don't really like, even though I like his pitching. Love his pitching. But I love his starting pitching. Except for Bumgarner. Never again. Yeah, no, I understand feeling burnt by somebody. Like, I get that. Yarborough. That's an interesting pick. I like Yarborough this year. Dun, dun, dun. Willie Calhoun. Willie Calhoun. Calhoun could be ready for opening day. That could be interesting. That could definitely be interesting. Never again on Malik's. I understand if you got hurt by that. I mean, he also stole you 46 bases, so like I don't feel like he hurt you that bad. Definitely hurt your average for sure. Yadier Molina. Don't care about the catchers. I just don't give a shit at this point. I'm a really crappy singer, so I'm sorry for those of you that are listening, but I'm also talking to myself. So it's, at some point you kind of lose your mind a little bit. So, all right. I have not been keeping up with my sheet. I'm now drafting virtually off of memory, which I'm okay with. Got a pretty good memory and idea of where everybody goes. God, man, middles are so fucking deep this year. Like, I'm actually at a point too where I'm like, oh, like I could have waited, and there were still guys in the middles that I could get. Whereas I don't feel that as good about first base. Which is always, kind of a bummer. We should probably just take a look and see what's available. Oh, Solak. Definitely a guy I was thinking about right there. Daniel Murphy. People listening. Taking some of those. Hunter Dozier, he got COVID, right? I think they said today he got COVID. That's a bad breakup. He batted 296, 40 stolen bases. You draft him in the main event, and he hits 227. Yeah, guys like that, you really got to factor in the downside as opposed to the upside when it comes to batting average. Yeah, that is brutal though. I totally can understand why you are upset at him. And he's not one of those guys where like you have to take him necessarily either. So I totally get that. It's okay. Like, girl cheats on you. It's okay to never talk to her again. I totally get that. I'm not gonna stand up for her. I mean, in terms of like actually stand up for it, but like I totally also understand like not fading Malik's completely. So let's see. I mean, right now, looking at my roster, definitely need some pitchers. I need a corner, need a catcher. There goes Griffin Canning. You know what? I was gonna take someone else right here, but I'll see if he makes it back, because if the guy I'm thinking of, oh, he's gone. Garrett Richards is gone. My boy's gone. Yeah, that's all right. Never mind. Well, I guess I'll take another closer. I'll take my boy Daniel Hudson. Lock down another guy who I think is going to get some saves, and I'd be happy with that. And I know, like, he'll be on the act. There's a chance he could pitch in those first 3 games. And then I'll kind of cover my my Chapman shares by grabbing Zach Britton. So that is 4 relievers. All right, I'm fine with that. I'm totally cool with taking some relievers. I do worry a little bit about the amount of innings I have. But there's still guys I can get who are going to get innings. Especially as I start checking things in terms of, it's so weird to be in the end of July and got you there. Good. I'm glad I got you on Britain. It's so weird to think like we're almost at the end of July. We haven't had any official games, and like we don't even know like who's pitching what games yet. So it's definitely such a weird time to be living right now. Dun, dun. So I'll run down the team again. Lindor, Arenado, Giolito, Real Muto, Castellanos, Hendricks, Chapman, Montas, Soler, Mercado, Elvis Andrus, Yordan Alvarez, Carlos Santana, Garrett Hampson, Brandon Lau, Mitch Keller, Corbin Burns, Daniel Hudson, Zach Britton. I really like this team. There's obviously, some weaknesses. Strikeouts could be a weakness right now for me. Maybe runs scored could be a weakness for me. But I do think those are things that I can, especially in a 12-teamer, that I can adjust for fairly easily. Roster-wise, still need a catcher, still need a CI. Don't have a lot of positional flexibility, which is kind of a bummer. Still need an outfielder. Still need at least a pitcher that's going to pitch opening weekend. We've got 8 guys right now who are slated to either pitch opening or start opening weekend, or are going to be or relievers and high leverage relievers. So I assume they will get in at least in opening weekend. So I feel pretty good about what I'm building here. And we're in the 20th round right now. I've made 20 picks. So I do like, he's very bad. Oh, you're talking about Malix. Yeah, Malix, he's a bad baseball player. But that doesn't make him a bad fantasy player. And I still continue to believe that. Now speed guys can always fall off. So when speed is your one tool, that is always scary, because we saw Billy Hamilton go from being a guy who was a top 50 pick to not even in the league, really. I think the Giants still have him on their minor league roster, but I don't believe, unless the injuries are kind of forcing him into a role, I don't believe he's necessarily, going to be a huge part of that team. So, though, why not? At least Hamilton plays good defense. So, but now we're kind of in the home stretch of this draft, and there's still so much talent on the board. God, it's just unbelievable how much talent is still available, especially at pitching, especially in the middle, especially in the outfield. First, third, starting to see some more guys that are you're starting to see the shallowness of first base, especially, but third base as well. Just not. Starling Castro, that was a guy I was thinking about. So, you are starting to see some of the shallowness at the corners. But there's still plenty of guys that I'd be fine with in the corners. So I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just, at this point, I feel pretty good about my whole team, and just picking off guys that I like, especially guys that I don't have on other teams. So, those of you who are watching and have a chat bar, feel free to throw questions in, throw things in that you want me to talk about, because right now I'm just kind of waiting for my pick, about a round away at this point, or exactly a round away. Who was that just went? Luis Arraez. I wonder if a guy like Arraez could hit 400 this year. I think if there's going to be a year that it happens, this is the year, right? This is 60 games. You can get hot for 60 games and hit 410. Keone Kela off the board. Will you let your daughter be going to school in the fall? No. She actually, the whole school district is decided that they are not going to have in-person classes. So, yeah, got sniped on her eyes. Sorry, Sully. It wasn't me who did it. Can't blame me now. Yeah, so I mean, the whole school district has decided they're not going to have in school people, and I mean, my wife and I were very much like we were going to wait and see what happens in August before we kind of made the final decision. Just because I mean, we've got my youngest daughter who's high risk, and then my mother-in-law lives with us. Not only is she high risk, she just had a heart attack, and is just recovering from that. So we're just very, very cautious in terms of what we're going to allow and what we're not. Dylan Cease, he would have been among my next picks. Oh, I just lost the board. There we go. Sorry, guys. Those of you guys who care about the board. So, yeah, no. So, I mean, we're just very cautious in general with everything. David Peralta. We're just very not about that life. Yeah, I mean, we've been very lucky that no one in my family, no one of my close group of friends has, gotten COVID. No one that we're directly near. And so, I mean, we're lucky. But that doesn't mean we're going to not play it safe too. So, question is, at what point do I take an area of need, or do I just continue to oh, someone took Akiyama. Someone's a jerk. Who took Akiyama? Zito. And it's cool to be drafting against Barry Zito, but not at the same time, because he obviously likes a lot of the same guys I do. 11-team Roto, replace wins with innings pitched and saves with saves plus hold. How long do you wait for relief pitcher? Ooh, interesting question. I mean, I think all pitching stats, non-ratio stats are going to be a little crazy this year with saves and especially holds. Holds is going to be a nightmare this year. I'd like to get one locked in closer, and then I would probably wait a while on everything else. Billy Hayes just timed out. Who did he take? Said a guy. Took Brian Anderson. I don't know if they're gonna make him repick. So yeah, I mean, I'd still want to get one locked in guy, like Hader. Go get Hader. That to me, you go pay for the price on Hader in the third round, or third, fourth round, depending on where your league likes to play, and then wait, because then at least when he's not getting saves, he's gonna get holds, and he's gonna be extremely valuable in a little league like that. And then then just kind of pick and choose guys like Seth Lugo. I really like. As a guy Edwin Diaz is a guy you can pay full freight on, because if for some reason he's not actually a closer, they've kind of alluded he might not be, he'll get holds for sure. So I don't think that's a bad play at all. So right now, looking at my roster, need another pitcher that's going to pitch in the first 3 days. I think Hader is more valuable this year. I've said, I think he's probably worthy of a second round pick. You don't have to take him in the second round, but I think he's definitely in the discussion. People passing on him in the third, I think, is a mistake, honestly. And I know people are well, what if he doesn't close this? Well, one, I think he's gonna close, and even if he doesn't, if he pitches 2 innings 3 days a week, that is the equivalent of getting the most elite, starter, isn't it? I mean, how many guys are going to pitch, 6 elite innings every week? I don't know. That just seems, I think that's going to be really, really valuable. All right. So back on the clock here. Looking at my queue, seeing I've got an obvious guy that I can take here. But now I'm just kind of searching around for who my next pick is after Paul picks, because he tends to pick fairly quickly too, so it's not going to give me a lot of time to think. And there's really just no obvious second guy, so I could take my second catcher here because there is a guy I like. Or I can kind of look around. All right, so I'm going to take Anthony Descalfani. He's not going to pitch opening day. I got another guy queued up for when Paul picks extremely quickly. Take Seth Lugo because I just mentioned him. Eovaldi. Oh, that would have been a good pick there. Damn it, I kind of fucked up on that one, didn't I? So many pitchers. There's just so many pitchers that are worth taking a shot on, and I don't think I have to take another pitcher here. I could probably look at outfield because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I still need another outfielder. So let's take a look and see what kind of outfield's left. A lot of good outfielders still. A lot of guys I really like. I'm going to take Danny Jansen. Lock up that second catcher spot. I don't usually take two catchers this early, but I like Danny Jansen as a bounce back guy. I know they're not going to be playing at PNC Park. You know, all those Toronto hitters don't drop a lot of value. And I'll worry about my corner and outfield and more pitcher spots later. All right, so I want to move. This is the one nice thing about NFBC. I know there are other sites that you can do this to, but yeah, there are going to be so many wins awarded to really. This is one of the reasons why, I don't know if you've heard the most recent Sleep on the Bus that Paul and I did. You know, one of the things I talked to him about was like, you know, that's why I loaded up on relievers. Billy and I loaded up on relievers kind of at the end of our draft, like middle reliever guys. Because, like, yeah, I think especially early on in the season, the first, you know, two scoring periods, so the half week that's this week, and then the week next week, is I think a lot of starting pitchers are going to get pulled early. So, you know, I think you end up looking at a lot of guys that, you know, that are long men, that especially ones that have easy matchups, and you go, okay, well, here's a guy that could potentially sneak a win. And, you know, if, you know, let's say Trevor Bauer only goes 4 innings because he walks too many guys or gives up too many home runs, like Tyler Mahle could come in. Like, you know, if Adam Wainwright struggles and they have to pull him, Daniel Ponce de Leon could come in against the Pirates. Like, there's so many guys, like, you know, that could get used and pick up cheap wins. Like, you should make sure, if you can, you know, if you still have a draft, or even if you don't, you can pick up guys before the weekend, that you have 9 pitchers who are either starting this week, you know, this half week, or guys that are relievers and could get innings. You know, I've said all along, like, that that I think that a lot of leagues are going to be decided on the last day because it's such a short season. And if you lose by 3 strikeouts because you had 3 guys in your starting lineup that got zeros in this, you know, shortened week, you're going to be kicking yourself, you know? So, like, I don't understand, you know, people not accounting for that. Just, you know, make sure you're not taking any zeros in this first, you know, 3-4 games. It's kind of a no-brainer. And my daughter is about to knock on. So I'm gonna take my screen off so you can't see my daughter. But what's going on, Dad? Oh, that's beautiful. What is it? Play-Doh?
Yeah, Play-Doh.
Okay.
Play-Doh rose.
Let's see. My daughter made a rose out of Play-Doh for me. Do I get to keep it?
No, I gotta at one point destroy it.
Oh, but like I keep it through my draft?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, sweet. I'm going to put it right there on my printer. Thank you, baby. So, that was my daughter's voice. Aaron Hicks, Jose Peraza. Somebody just took someone in my queue. Who'd they take? Who'd they take? I don't know. I don't know who they took. Maybe they didn't. All right, so I wish someone loved me. Yeah, well, I mean, you're married, so I assume your wife loves you. You know? You're like 17, Yancy. You'll find lots of love in your life. Someday. It's true of. I don't know what true of is. Is that true love? Your wife doesn't count. Yeah, well, I mean, talk to people who are in marriages that aren't loving and tell me, ask them if they wish they had someone in their life that loved them. I'm really not even paying attention to what other people are doing at this point. This is, you know, there's just so much talent still on the board that it's insane. So, like, I'm just I'm kind of in awe of how much talent is still there. Super P Mag. I don't know what that, or Sup P Mag. Oh, Patrick Magnus. That's what he said. I was like, I don't know what that means. What does Sup P Mag mean? Another interesting thing is that NFBC, if you're playing in NFBC leagues, are not locking after the first games. So if you draft Dodgers or Giants or Yankees or Nationals, you get a free look, is what they're calling it. It's a little weird, and I don't think that's actually cool, or not cool. I don't think they should be doing it, but like it gives you an advantage if you draft those guys and they don't do anything on the first night. Like you can take them out of your lineup, especially pitchers. So it's like, you know, theoretically, like everybody should spend their last pick on Johnny Cueto, I guess, right? I'm still going, yes, it's the 23rd round out of 30. It'll be over hopefully soon, baby. I'm sorry. I should probably figure out who I'm going to pick because that's coming up. Yeah, so theory, I say a lot. Bro, who would you go for? I'd go Yelich first overall. I don't think that is that difficult for me. Though head-to-head, is it points? If it's points, you might want to think about Cole. Depends on your scoring system. I think points are so hard to give advice on. It's ridiculously difficult to, you know, give advice on. So let's see. I need an outfielder. I need pitchers. I need reserve players. Head-to-head points. I'll go Yelich for sure. Go Yelich. Yeah, I think that's pretty easy. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out who I'm gonna. I'm pretty sure I know who I'm gonna take with my first pick here, but I'm trying to figure out who I'm gonna take with my second pick. That is the question that is being posed to me by myself. Oh, sometimes I don't know what to do in these 12-teamers. Like, it's like I just don't know. I don't play enough 12-teamers. I really got to get better at them, personally. There's just so much talent on the board where I'm like, oh my god, how do I make a decision on who to take in these spots when there's just so much effing talent still around. So I want to kind of take a look and see. I'm gonna take Mike Yastrzemski right here. One, because I think he's gonna be leading off, and two, like it's that accident forgiveness stuff where if he doesn't play well in the first game, I can just start someone else, apparently, which is such a weird thing to give people. All right, now I got to look at my roster before I make the next pick. And decide who my backup outfielder is going to be. Also look at my queue. I mean, I don't need another relief pitcher. However, like Tyler Rogers should not be on the board in the 24th round when it looks like he's likely going to get saves. And so I'm just going to take Tyler Rogers just so nobody else does. And be okay with that. Maybe I'll sneak some extra saves. It's like the first time I do the same thing for that too. I don't know what that means. And now I got a giant, which means if he doesn't get a save the first night, or for some reason he gets blown up in the first night, I don't have to use him. I can just, put him on the reserve list. But I mean, this is a really interesting roster because I have 5 relief pitchers, all of which should get me some saves this year. So I'm not worried about saves at all. I also need my computer to let me scroll down. Oh, there we go. So now I have 9 pitchers who I know will either be starting or relieving during the opening series. So that's really good. And now I can take some shots on guys who might be 2-star guys for next week, or have really nice matchups for next week, in terms of my pitching. So I've also got to figure out my last 2 offensive guys, which is a CI and a UT, because I have Alvarez, but he's obviously not going to be ready for opening day. So I'm definitely going to need a little bit more offensive guys. But I took so much offense earlier that I'm just not as worried about the rest of my offense. Waiting this long on my other offensive guys. I'm drafting 2 teams right now while watching someone else draft theirs. Is this heaven? It is heaven. So it is absolutely heaven. So you should see who makes it back to me. Also, you should see if Puig goes in this draft. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that I've already got 2 stashes, I'd probably take Puig. Now, someone during the draft said Chapman tested positive for COVID. He's still testing positive for COVID. Wow. Okay. Well, that's why I got Britain. And then, once Chapman comes back and gets a save, I'll totally just drop. I know what I'm going to do. I'll totally drop Britain and just move on to someone else. Pick up. The beauty of a 12-teamer is like that. Sometimes you got to remember to take the filter of position off. Makes things easier. So I know what I think I'm going to do, at least for the opening series. I'll tell you guys when we get there. I hear you. This is my last draft, and I got my main event tomorrow night. So those of you who are late night people, 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern, my final main event draft. It is a stacked group. Batflip Crazy, Toby, Ryan Bloomfield, the previous 2 main event winners. So 2019 main event winner, 2020 or 2018 main event winner in this league as well. And some other guys that are really good. So it's a stack draft, and that's a solo one. But I'm going to live stream it, going to have fun, and, you know, put together the team that I think that will do well for me. So I'm definitely excited about that. So we'll see. If you guys are up late tomorrow night, definitely swing on by. And I mean, you can always catch the recording of it live, you know, over on my YouTube page. It'll be over there, on my Twitch stream. This is the first video I've put on my Twitch stream, so it'll be interesting. So I'm definitely excited about that. So coming up on my 25th round selection, I still need a corner. I still need a UT, because the UT I have, Jordan Alvarez, obviously not going to be ready for opening day. So I definitely need to add to both of those here in the next few picks. I've got a few guys already kind of mapped out for those positions. Also, you know, probably going to add another starter or 2 here before the end. So just a matter of how I want to play this. Oh, this is an interesting one. That would be, surprise, he's still on the board. Not going to say who it is, because if I do, someone will snipe me. But I'm kind of surprised that guy is still around. He doesn't necessarily fit into the team the way it's constructed, but he will. I can make it work. Oh, that guy's still there too. That's going to be the next pick. Okay, so I know who my next pick is. Because that does fit into the team, and that will be useful. And then I think that, well, if I take him, I can't take him. Okay, so now I got to make a decision, because on my reserve list, so don't have, okay. All right, so I got to choose between one of those 2 guys. This is super exciting when you have no idea what I'm talking about, but it'll make more sense when I make my next pick here pretty shortly. Because I'll say who I was thinking about. But I think it's important, especially when you don't have a lot of positional flexibility. A guy I hope came back around. Who was your guy? Oh, I could probably go look at the draft board and figure that out. Sandy Alcantara, I'm assuming. Oh, Trent Grisham, that's a guy I could have thought about too. But, oh, McGill. Yes. I want nothing to do with Seattle bullpen. I just have no idea who the closer is going to be. Ryan Helsley. I'd rather have Ryan Helsley. He just went. But I can't take another closer. I have 5 guys who are going to get saves. You know? So, all of you, oh, don't pay for saves. I paid for saves, and then I didn't pay for saves. And between 5 closers, I should end up at least with 3 that gets me a good amount of saves. So, and the ones that blow up will be jettisoned off my team. So, you know, it's so okay. Here we go. Chirinos just went. Very interested to see how this is going to work out here. So, I mean, looking at, you know what I should do? It's just look at other people's teams from a roster grid point of view, give me an idea of who they might be taking. So looking at the two guys who are up before me, and both of them have 5 outfielders. Oh, and one of them's already got 2 UTs. That's a weird decision to make. Listen, I'm totally like, okay, so there's 2 guys in the draft who have 2 UTs. One I like what he did. He took, I think, Chris Davis and Nick Solak. Okay, Solak's gonna get roster eligibility somewhere else at some point. The other guy took Nelson Cruz and Andujar. I guess Andujar will get eligibility somewhere else. Just went Cole, Clevenger, JD Martinez, Real Muto, and Meadows in a RotoWire Odyssey qualifier. Yeah, 12-teamers are fun. Oh, hold on. I got to make my pick here. Okay. So what I was talking about before is I can't take both guys. So I was going to take Kyle Lewis, who would be my kind of reserve outfielder and potentially a starter because I do have a UT open. But I'm going to take Brandon Nimmo instead, only because I feel like one of my few weak spots right now is run scored, and Nimmo will lead off. So that makes just a ton of sense for my team. And I have a lot of Nimmo already. So, I mean, I kind of wanted to diversify and take Kyle Lewis. But I think I'm okay in the categories that Lewis kind of has to offer, which is power and probably RBIs. And not as good in the run scored. So taking a leadoff hitter right there, I think, was kind of important. And now I'm back on the clock. The other guy I'm going to take that I'm surprised is still there is Carter Kieboom. I know there's talk that he may not start. But right now he's going to be a reserve guy for me, and he will pick up third base eligibility, which makes him even more valuable if he does. So Solak's going to get outfield eligibility early. He's supposed to, but there's also now talk that Calhoun could be ready for opening day. So where does Solak play then? That's the question. So I like Solak, and I have Solak on a lot of teams. I got him on my main event team too. I like him a lot. And I do think he'll get eligibility at some point, but does he get it in the next week and a half? I don't know if Calhoun's back, like they have a lot of other options that could be very difficult for him. So I still like Solak, and I think eventually he will crack in the lineup. And I mean, he could be the everyday third baseman or first baseman when Calhoun's back. So, because I mean, I'm blanking on dude's name who plays first base there, but he's not good. So, no, I do like Solak a lot. Yeah, the Kieboom pick, like, there's obviously a chance like he doesn't get to play, but it seems like he's going to make the opening in your roster. Oh, Guzman, yeah, Guzman's awful. So I think they move Frazier over to first or put Solak at first. So right now, I mean, Carter Kieboom is projected to hit 7th in this lineup at third base, which means in 4 games he could be third base eligible, which would be perfect for my team because I don't have a corner yet. I will get one. But I know who I'm going to queue up right now for if Craig Bird too. I know who I'm going to take. I got 2 guys who I've queued up for corner, and one of them will likely stay on my team, and the other one, if I draft both, will not. But he can be my corner guy for the first, week and a half if I need him. So I got no problem, rolling key boom. And the beauty of it is I can roll a key boom for the first game, and if he goes 0 for 4, then he goes to my reserve list, and I put in another guy. Like, this whole not having to lock on the guys that play on opening night is insanity, I think, in some ways. I just don't understand how that's really fair, honestly, but apparently it is. So, I mean, it's their rules, so I'm just going to play by them. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense the way they're running that. But I mean, the whole season doesn't make sense. So fuck it. What does it matter? Oh, someone just took Marcus Stroman, didn't see the news that he tore his calf. Oh, wasted pick in the 6th round. Dylan Betances, there you go. That's a good pick right there. I like that Betances pick. Who just took Stroman? Team 2. Well, you know who your first drop's going to be. So, here, I mean, and here's the thing, all these guys we're drafting right now could potentially be first drops. That's, that's the key is you don't have to, we've got, I think 3 picks left. Is that what we're doing here now? Probably check my roster. Yeah, I'm going to go Watson, Betances. That wouldn't have been a bad, Watson probably gets some saves. Betances probably gets some saves, So let's see. Okay, so I have on my reserve list right now, I have Jordan Alvarez, Chapman, Descalfani. Descalfani's not going to pitch in the first 3 games. Obviously, Alvarez and Chapman aren't going to be ready to go the first, week and a half or so. And then I got Carter Keyboom, who is kind of my backup short/middle guy, but will eventually be my corner bat. So I've got 3 picks here. I'm likely going to go with 2 pitchers and a hitter. Or I could go, trying to debate how I want to do this. Do I want to go 2 hitters and a pitcher, knowing that I can just stream them in and out? So that's the question. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. Definitely going to do a 1 pitcher, 1 hitter, and then I got to decide with my last spot what I'm going to do. Or actually, it's my last 2 spots. Oh, okay, so I got 4 spots. Oh, because I don't have a corner yet. Okay, so 2 pitchers, 2 hitters. That's what I'll do. So 1, 2. Do I have a backup? Because I've got Nimmo right now in my UT spot, right? Yeah, okay. So he's technically like my backup outfielder. So, okay. So, yeah, I think I know what I'm going to do with my last 4 picks here. I've got 5 guys in the queue. So once somebody snipes one of them, that's when I'll make a decision. So Santander was a good pick. He wasn't in my queue, but I'm gonna take a few guys that I don't. Tell me why I dropped, because I think people don't think Watson's the closer, which is something I've been saying all along. I thought it was going to be Sean Anderson because he's got the quote unquote closing experience, but Tyler Rogers appears to be kind of the favorite for closing. And I mean, love my Giants, but how many games are they going to win? I think and so if they end up splitting, saves and stuff like that in San Francisco, do you really want the lefty? I don't think you want the lefty. I think you want the righty. And you may not want either. honestly. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna double check to make sure. I believe this is I'm pretty much gonna make a streaming pick. So I'm gonna stream a guy who is got a really easy matchup in his first game, and that's Dakota Hudson pitching, I think, at Pittsburgh, either at Pittsburgh or versus Pittsburgh at home. And that'll probably be, I'll probably end up dropping him after that start, depending on where his second start lines up. And then I'm going to take the guy that they just announced is going to lead off for the Rays against right-handed pitchers, and that's Ji-Man Choi as my corner guy. And he'll probably get streamed off my team. But these are guys that are going to get stats in these first 3 days, and then I'll just churn and burn and grab other guys. So the question is, who are the other guys that I want to take a shot on the chance that they're either have really good matchups coming up, or that they or that might have some upside or something like that. So the question is, who do I want to finish off this draft with? One thing I haven't done is grabbed any relievers like longmen. I've got 5 relief pitchers, but they're all guys who are potential saves candidates. So I could start looking at the Mollies of the world, or the Zygas. Or the Ponce de Leons. But I think I know what I'm going to do. If he makes it back to me, the question is, I just don't know who's going to make it back. There's so much talent still out there. I keep saying it, and I'm sorry if it's getting annoying or repetitive. But it's just so crazy, the depth that is the lack of depth, the depth that there is in a 12-team league. There's so many guys that I'd be really considering after the 20th round in a 15-teamer that are still on the board right now. And so that's kind of the crazy part, is I really kind of don't know who to really target right now. Oh, Shoemaker, that's a really nice pick. I really like that Shoemaker pick. Nick Magical, I do not like that pick. I should really just talk shit about everybody else's teams, right? That Sully guy, man, I hope he's not in here. What a garbage team he has. Just waiting for him to comment. It's such an interesting position, but I think what I'm gonna do I should probably actually go look at Sully's team and take a look. I think I do like it, considering the guys that he's drafted. A complete opposite strategy that I have, but I like it. I do like it. He went with kind of the pocket. Well, triple aces. Strasburg, Kershaw, Darvish. Then you got Taylor Rogers, and I don't love Leclerc, but I think he's already locked into that role. Max Muncy, Moustakas, McMahon, 3 guys who can play, all over the infield. So I do like that. Acuna, Laureano, Schwarber, Calhoun, Jose Peraza can play infield or outfield. Adele. Oh, Adele. Interesting. Adele didn't even go in my main event. And Garrett Cooper. I mean, yeah, you got guys who could just play all over. I mean, I don't love the two-pitcher strategy, but what the hell do I know? So I assume you win this league because it's so easy with how many players. No, I mean, who knows? I think I finished fourth in my OC, or one of my OCs last year. I can't remember where I finished in the other. It might be just Mason. I think I finished fourth last year. Like 12 teams are different to me. They're kind of foreign. I don't play in leagues this shallow very often. I'm trying to play in more of them, but I do. I prefer a 15-team league. You know, I assume I'll win this league because I assume I'll win every league, and then I don't, and I'm upset. So I wonder if that's the Zito that's in this draft. Is it? Tell me if you're in. Are you the one in this draft? So I think Zito. Oh, Tyler Molly. See, that's someone who knows how I draft. Let's see. Zito took DeGrom, Tatis, Albies, Corbin, Olsen, LeMahieu, Victor Robles, Gallo, Bell, Workman, Colomé, Jimenez, Will Smith. Wow, Zito. That's a lot of relievers. I'm not saying I dislike it, but took a lot of relievers in a row. Oh, he took Homer Bailey. He's the guy. He's the jerk. And no, Bailey's the other guy. There goes Strom. Wow, yeah. I do like your team, Zito. If that's you who's commenting, I do like it. Is that you though? Is that you that's in the draft? Just poking fun about 12-team leagues. I don't have a problem with 12-team leagues. I think 12 leagues are a lot of fun. I'm just not used to them. When you play mostly AL, NL only and 15-team leagues, and you go to 12-team league, you're like, whoa, look at all this depth. Whereas like in like my NL only leagues this year, like going to the waiver wire and like figuring out how much I should bid on, random effing relief pitcher to have another pitcher on my roster. Like I tried to make a trade for Tyler Molly and Ponce de Leon and got shot down. I like your team though. Drafted my first main event, took home 4th overall. The OC line. Congratulations, dude. That dude, 4th overall. You must have finished right ahead of my boy Greg Blankenship. All right, I'm on the clock. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take Johnny Cueto because he's the opening day starter, and because if he goes out and pitches a gem and gets a win, then I hate your team. Which one's your team? Okay, and if he goes out and pitches a gem, then I can use him. If he gets blown up, then I don't use him. So that is the strategy behind the Johnny Cueto pick, which is just, again, a weird rule. Okay, so my last pick here. I'm just gonna look at the pitchers right now. I got Justin Smoke queued up, but I just want to take a look at it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have to do it, guys. Where would a Justin Mason team be without Kyle fucking Gibson? Kyle fucking Gibson. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my God. How'd you guys let me get Kyle Gibson in the last round? I know it's a 12-team. That's how. But I feel like I got to stay on brand, right? So, okay. So your team 3. Did I say I hated your team? Let's see. Cole, Flaherty, Starling Marte, Springer. I love that start. Like, especially even though I'm not a take a pitcher early kind of guy, I do love that start. I'm a big Flaherty guy. I think Marte, I think Marte is a hell of a player. I don't know what Marte is going to be like this year. I mean, he did just lose his wife. It's a new location. I expect him to be good, but there's also, I mean, who knows? I mean, life happens and people are people. So, I mean, who knows? I don't like Judge this year, but I mean, in the 5th round, I guess there's definitely some upside there. So, and if he's healthy, and it appears he's kind of healthy right now. I mean, he's hit some bombs. Like, we know he can hit. The question is, what happens if he gets hurt playing the field or something? And then Chris Bryant, like, I don't mind Chris Bryant, but he did get scratched today with back stiffness. That's a bit of a scary thing. I love the Greinke pick. Absolutely love the Greinke pick. And I was really hoping he was going to fall further, and I could take him in that round. So, like, and the Jose Brady pick, like, both huge value picks right there. That I absolutely love. Iglesias, I don't love. I just think that he's going to be on such a short leash. There's other guys in that bullpen that could do that job. And he's been very shaky, in the last few seasons. I do worry about that, though. I mean, if he stays the closer, they're going to win a lot of games in Cincinnati, I think. Hansel Robles, love that pick. Garver, I'm not a big Garver guy, but he's a catcher who's going to play a fair amount. Yeah, you missed out on the close run, but you didn't do too bad either. Like, it's like, I don't like Iglesias, but like, I also don't think like that's a bad pick. Let's see what else. Jose Alvarado, I like. Oberg, I think, will be the closer at some point, so I think there's another spot for saves for you. Michael King, so you must listen to the RotoWire podcast. I heard them talking about him today. You took Malik Smith. Hey, man, I love Malik's. Verdugo, I really thought Verdugo was going to jump up the boards. I think Verdugo's pretty nice, a pretty decent value there. Howie Kendrick, love that pick. Hate Madison Bumgarner. He's going to ruin all those good ratios that you've built. But maybe he's good. Who knows? I don't think he will be. But, I mean, you've got a strong-ass pitching staff. That's, your offense, you got power. I wonder if, with Malik, you got speed. Your average might be a problem. That could be the issue. My wife's wondering what time I'm going to be done. I'm just going to tell her 10 to 15 minutes. I want to see the end of the draft and chat with you guys for a little bit longer. So hopefully you narc me out. I wonder how many of people in the draft were actually in this stream. That is the real question. I mean, the draft is over, right? Show yourselves. Show yourselves. So no, Team 3, I don't think you did an awful job. I think you definitely have some upside. Like this could easily be a team that wins this league and competes in the overall if things go right for you. I worry a little bit about, hey, Billy, I want your job that you can draft and work. I had to take a half day for some personal reasons, and I then parlayed that into doing this. So I took care of the personal reasons, and now I spent the last 2 hours of my sick day doing this. So thanks, Justin. It was a blast hanging out. Good draft. Hey, good luck to everybody. If I'm not going to win the overall, I hope one of you guys do. And then you can say, not only did I beat Justin Mason, I beat every fucker in this. I hope you do gloat. I hope you gloat. Hey, if you win the league and you were in the stream to hear this, I'll buy you a Justin Mason RotoWire shirt. Not that any of you want that, but if you win the league, you actually didn't give too many hints on your draft. Well, yeah, I mean, I figured most of you would be in here, so good luck to all of you. Hopefully, you guys all you guys all do well in your drafts this year. Really appreciate you guys coming out and playing and coming in the stream. You know, gonna hang out for a few more minutes and then miss bedtime routine for this. I hope you feel special. Where are you that the bedtime routine is? Oh, I guess you could be East Coast. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? Actually, this was kind of an accident. I meant to schedule it for 6 p.m. Pacific, but was tired. Totally trolled Paul today. Said his card board cutout will only show up for the All right. Hey, thanks, man. I'm excited for the main tomorrow. I'm really excited. Oh, so yeah, I was supposed to do this at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, but I accidentally sent Greg the wrong information. Any change from my previous strategy? No, I'm drafting later. So I got the 12th pick in the main event tomorrow night, and so that'll obviously change who I'm likely to end up with. So like, you know, it's not going to be a Turner JD Martinez start. But the strategy is the same. Like I liked our team that we came out with, Billy. I like the strategy, which is pretty much load up on hitting and making sure I'm getting a closer fairly early, and also making sure that I just take advantage of the other crazy strategies. And I'll bring up who my competition is in that league, because like, you know, for sure, like Bat Flip Crazy is in that league. So like, I know now he's picking at the other end. So I think he got the 3rd pick. So my guess is he starts out with Cole. You know, but he's gonna go pocket aces. Like we know Toby's gonna go pocket aces. So I may get caught in the pitcher on first few rounds. Like, you know, if I do something similar to that I did in this draft, I'll be pretty happy. You know, so like in this draft, I ended up with pitcher-wise, I ended up with Lindor, Arenado, Giolito as my first 3 picks. Like if I end up with that in my, you know, something similar to that in the main, I'm gonna be pretty stoked. So like I think my strategy is the correct one. And like I said before, who knows what the correct strategy is? We just don't know. It, you know, the guys who are pushing pitching up, they might be right. The guys who are fading pitching might be right. You know, I mean, I think you come up with what you want and you attack and hope that is kind of what plays out to be the best. So, you know, like I said earlier on in the stream, like anybody who tells you this is the strategy you have to do or you should do, you know, for this year. So I'm picking 14th. So, yeah, so I'm picking 14th tomorrow. I'm not picking 12th, 14th. Okay. So, you know, Ryan Bloomfield's in my league. Jason DePonte is in my league. Sean Childs in my league. Toby, Batflip Crazy in my league. Scott Ziedemann, who won or finished 2nd in the main event last year, is my league. Gren Schroeder, who's a fantastic player, is in the league. Let's see. Abdul Madani, who won the main event, I believe, last year, is in my league. Dusty Wagner's in my league. Scott Wagner is in my league. And Casey Cha, who's NFBC Hall of Famer, in my league. So, like, it's a massive what is Colin doing with his TGFBI fund, entry? You win your fundraiser. Any bets I can make to win it? Hey, you got to ask him. Hit him up on Twitter at CWeatherwax13. Yeah, I don't know who's going to be there starting pitching-wise in the 3rd, 4th, but I'm not that worried about it. You know, and I mean, theoretically, depending on what the first round goes up, I could take a pitcher in the 1st or 2nd. Like, I'm not closing the door on that. If the right pitcher is there, then you know, I'm gonna take him if he falls to me. Now, here's the thing with that is, you know, by the time we draft tomorrow night, the first game will be over, and Max Scherzer and Garrett Cole will have pitched. If one of them just goes out and throws an absolute gem or is bombed, like that'll change their draft stock. So if Scherzer goes out and absolutely annihilates the Yankees, which I mean, I doubt he does, but he could. I mean, obviously, he will not be available at pick 14 for me. Like that, someone's going to go on putting that in my lineup for the week, as they should. You know, if Cole gets bombed, I mean, you have to think he drops out of the top 3. I mean, I guess Toby could still take him, but I'm just not. Colin is my first first ever NFBC league. On I was like Colin's not even. Colin refuses. Like I tried to get Colin to pair with me for my next main event, and he refuses to play any other events. So yeah, I mean the only leagues he's got left are his DCs and his cut lines from earlier in the season. Which you know I totally understand his rationale. He's going to play DFS where you're not going to get burned by someone testing positive for COVID. So totally get that. But I was surprised that's the decision he made. So we'll see what happens with the main event. The main event, you know, it's an animal unlike any other. I'll be prepped and ready to go tomorrow night. I'll do the live stream. You know, it'd be similar to like this one where, you know, talking about each pick and stuff like that, and what I'm doing, but I'm not going to give away anything either in case someone is listening or watching live, as I'm assuming some people definitely will. Maybe I'll even try to see if Toby or Ryan or Dusty wants to jump into the live stream with me at times. You know, I doubt they want to do it for the whole one, but they might. Who knows? Let's see. Ryan is he's in the 12 spot. Toby's in the 3 spot. And then Dusty's in the 11 spot. And those are all guys that I could easily reach out to and see if any diversify. Don't take Malik's twice. I've got way more than 2 shares of Malik's. It's kind of why, you know, one of the reasons I didn't take him tonight was I didn't want to risk, you know, something happening to him, and you know he's on all of my teams. But I mean, like if he falls to the place where he fell tonight, like that's. I can't remember who got him. Let's see who got Malik's. Malik's went to Team 3, who I was talking about his team. Like at that point, like it's all upside. You know, what round was that? 20, I mean, it was pick 210, and I'm not gonna do the math. The 18th round, you lose your 18th round pick. Your 18th round pick doesn't return a ton of value to you. And then like it's just like, who cares, right? You know, yeah. Can you risk having Malik's on 2 mains? I don't know that I'll risk him having on 2 mains. We'll see. I'm not closing the door on it. But all right, guys, and maybe gals, who knows? That is it for me. I hope you guys have a fantastic evening. Again, you can rewatch this over on YouTube or my Twitch. My Twitch is Justin Mason FWFB. My YouTube, I think it's just Justin Mason or just Mason Fantasy. And then I will be live streaming my main tomorrow night at midnight Eastern, 11:55 Eastern, 9 Pacific for those of you who are up late. And hope you guys all enjoyed this. I enjoyed doing it. And I will talk to you later. Good luck to all of you who are competing in either this event or other ones. I really hope you take things down this year.